of the G20?
Well, shall I divide it into what I hope for and what I expect? Because the two are different. Okay. I would hope that the G20, since it is slightly more inclusive than earlier G8, would actually take on board the issues of development which are the most pressing today. How do you resolve global imbalances which are without landing into another global slump and damaging the prospects of sustainable recovery for developing countries? How do you ensure required technology transfer for adequate greening and reduction of carbon emissions to get us onto a proper development path? How do you ensure stability of capital flows and also stability of international commodity prices, because that is a major element that has damaged the economic conditions in the developing world in the recent past? And how do you allow for proactive and counter-cyclical fiscal policies that will allow developing countries to invest in the areas that matter, to generate employment and to ensure adequate social services? This is what I hope the G20 will discuss, and I hope they will allow for more of these valid economic policies to be pursued in the developing world. Unfortunately, my fear is that the G20 will not really achieve that much, because I believe the mood of consensus that existed in the immediate wake of the crisis has dissolved to a significant extent. And the individual economic aspirations of particular countries are more important. In particular, I believe that all the major developed economies are really looking for someone else to deliver the growth for them, and they're all pushing export-led growth, which is dominantly to be at the cost of the rest of the world, other countries in the world. I think that's a big problem, and I would hope that the G20 developing countries are able to persuade the G8 that it's really important to look for a progressive alternative for the global economy, because otherwise we are all headed for major dangers ahead.